In this session, we are going to go through how to deliver content through Anywhere polling. Now, before we get started, we are going to have to make sure we have our receiver plugged in if we're using physical clickers, and we're going to enable mobile responses. So I'm going to plug in my physical receiver here, and we're going to see our receiver go from none found to our channel, which is 20. We're going to come here to mobile responses, and we're going to click enable. And I'm going to use my UTK OIT 100 session for this session, and I'm going to start it. We're going to see both our receiver and our mobile responses are green. This new window here, we can go ahead and close it. Now, to start using Anywhere polling, we are going to make sure we have our course selected. So in this case, I'm going to go into OIT test, and then I'm going to go into my example question list. So I'm going to select this down here. So with both of these selected, it'll automatically launch with those two. So I'm going to click Start Now. And we're going to get this little floating window up here that is our Poll Anywhere window. Now, once again, I'm going to click on this little icon here. It's going to show our channel and our session ID to our screen so students can join in. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to show you what this looks like on our student side of things. So I've got my Turning Point app here, and I'm going to join this session. So right now we see that polling is closed. I'm going to go ahead and close this connection window here. And what we're going to see here is in this little drop down here, we have all of our questions. So we're ready to go with our questions. I'm going to go ahead and hit the play button and drag this down here. And it's going to prompt us with our question. Once again, on my student devices, if you haven't watched my session or mobile session video yet, you can learn how to not display your questions to your students so they have to pay attention to your Zoom session or your PowerPoint. So in this case, we see no question content to display, but we see our response choices down here. So the student will click the response. If you are doing physical response or physical receivers, if you're doing the physical clickers as well, the students will just need to type in on their device what their answer is. And you're going to see that we have two responses up here. We're going to go ahead and click stop, and we will see our responses pop up here. And it's very nice. We can see that. So we're going to go on to our next question. So I'm going to close this window, so we could be talking about some different things and so on and so forth. And then we can get to our next question and we can go ahead and hit play. What is UTK's primary response? Now our students on our phones can type in their response and they will submit it. Our students on our devices will type in theirs and click OK to submit. And we're going to see we have two responses once again, and we're going to click stop, and we're going to see that we have two answers. And we're going to close that and be ready to go on. We're going to click our next question, and this was our numeric question. So we can put in our response here, and we can put in our response here. And we'll click stop, and we're going to see our responses as well. We can hit play for our next question, and this is our hotspot question type. On our phones, we can see that we have this map come up here, and you can pinch and zoom like you can on any image and tap in the space. It's going to automatically take our response. Once again, Physical devices cannot respond to these types of questions. We'll hit stop and we will see where I selected. And we can close out of these items. Our next question is a true-false. We can respond on both our physical and our mobile devices. And we are going to see our responses here as well. So this is very easy to go through with a question list and the matching. You'll just type in the correct order on your phone. And you'll do the same on a physical device. On a physical device, you need to click OK to submit it. On our phones, it's automatically submitted. And we're going to see those responses as well. And it's going to show the correct answer down here with it. So we're going to go on to our next question. And you don't have to close out these windows between. If you hit play, it's going to close your responses and go to the next question. This was our essay questions, so these are our long responses. So I'm just going to type in something here on both of my devices. So we see we have 2 responses, and we'll click stop. And we got 1 good answer. This next question was our teams. This is demographic. This is so that you can split your class into teams. You can ask them any type of question here just to kind of split up the teams. And our last question is our favorite ice cream, and this was our ranking. So the students will put these in their favorite order. And we'll see the order. Now, one of the areas where Anywhere Poll really excels is the ability to allow you to have free-form questions. So you can actually just open a question. If you hit play, it's going to default to a multiple choice, and you can ask something like, what color is the sky? And A is blue, B is gray, C is red, D is orange. And the students could respond on the fly to those questions. And when you click stop, you're going to see all the responses. Now, one of the neat things with these free-form questions is down here you have this green check and red X. If you click this, it makes everything gray, but you can select the correct answer. So you're grading on the fly, so you don't have to do this later on. We'll uncheck that, and we're good to go. Now, if you don't want to do a multiple choice question or want to vary your multiple choice responses, you can click the down arrow here and do up to a 10 answer. You can do short answer, you can do the demographic assignment, those types of things. So this gives you the ability to change up how you want to answer or how you want to ask the questions on the fly. But this is a really neat ability to just be able to allow free-form conversation and still gauge student response in your class. So we're going to close out of this. And when we do, we're going to get prompted for unsaved session data. Now, we want to save this session data, so we're going to click Save. And it's going to prompt us with the question list that we used, today's date, and timestamp. And it's going to default to Documents, Turning Point, Sessions for our save location. So we're going to go ahead and save this, and we're back into Turning Point. It'll load it into our sessions environment, and we'll go through how to look at these later.